Hello, this is Refugee Education Action Research Study Proposal for EP 716. This is Simeon Campbell. We're going to give a brief overview on what we are talking about today. Refugees and new students find it hard to continue their education after they leave their home country or to step out of their boundaries to be able to learn English. And this action research is going to help educators and teachers and school districts look into all avenues to help understand students' learning patterns. All right, we can go to some context. Many students are being displaced from their homes or new students are being placed into new classrooms. And when you're placed into new classrooms, the challenge of learning is at hand. Now, we have to look at the learning environment. Is the learning environment going to change or have an impact on these students? Using everyday learning opportunities as natural environments is associated with positive benefits for young children, young adults, or any age that is learning a new language. And that was from Dunce, 2018. Now, the learning environment is very important for the student to be able to continue their learning and to enhance their understanding. Now, for this action research, the participants or the target population is university students. Now, the university students, their ages run from anywhere from 20 to 45, and that the sampling will be used for the data. Now, the samples are usually done with the participants in the classroom, and we have smaller classes now due to COVID, so it should be about 10 participants over about 10 classrooms. So the sample size will be around 100, and we will use other tools and able to figure the data graphs out for that. Problem statement is saying that refugees are always on the rise in many different countries, and new student populations are coming up now since the COVID. So we have a population of some refugees, population of new students who are learning English, and education policies are also not there for these students, and we need to figure this out by doing the action research itself. Now, the goals for the research is to see if the effects of integration of refugee students or new students, if the classroom learning environment affects their learning, especially when they're a new student. Observations are really important for this study, and that we're going to take the information from the study and the data to see if these programs are working for the students. Now, the general purpose is to simply find out new learning environment can have an effect on these students' learning. And then we can go back later and meet with school officials to talk to them about how they can proceed. Okay, research objections and locations. To observe and analyze student performance in classrooms, be able to understand the problem area, to determine a good plan of action, which is very important. The location will be in Saudi Arabia at Saudi Electronic University. Now, research questions which are very important. Will a new learning environment have a negative effect on refugee and new students? Researchers cannot tell that the new classroom learning environments cause refugees to have a negative effect on their test scores. That's sub-question 1. Sub-question 2, refugee students' success is based off of classroom integration. Are these scores helping them to succeed? Methodology and framework is basically straightforward with infographics. They play an important role in understanding the ideas and beliefs of these students, and working in an educational setting, cultural phenomenon may take effect. So this is very good. Phenomenological researchers have to deal with all of that, and it all comes back into the action research and a lot of observations and interviews. Now, data collection measures and frequencies. These are the main goal for this is to collect the data so you can use it later to analyze and to show what things that we have worked on throughout the class year or the semester. Now, these interview questions, and let's go back to the frequency, it's going to be 3 times a semester, at the beginning, middle, and end. Interview questions talk about if the students are actually learning, how do they feel? And one question that I think is important is, what are your biggest challenges learning English? I think the students can also answer that question at the beginning, middle, and also the end of the semester to see if their choices have changed. Description of assessments, they're definitely in the beginning, middle, and end.